Hi guys, this is Cobra Tom,
And Beverly.
and we are doing the Tiger Force Tiger Shark, and we'll show you a little bit some of this, and we'll get you some of these figures out. And we got the guns here, and our left gun here is a little bit loose, but that's okay. And if you saw our unboxing and assembly video, we've got the new machine gun here. That looks really nice.
And we have whatever that is. What is this supposed to be? Like a motor? Oh, sorry.
I think that's like a sled that shoots out to the bottom if you have like a diver or something, or a rider. And as you can see with this has got a really nice paint job. Ours is a bit nicked up just because of how we came across it and stuff. But see, ours is on the bottom, it's a little scuffed and
Under the tiger.
yeah. So we're gonna try to see cleaning it up.
I
Maybe
think it's kind of stained on there.
yeah, I just tried to wipe it off, and I guess it's kind of stained on there, unfortunately. I could repaint it, but that's
Too much work.
too much work.
And anyways, it's the underside.
Nobody's gonna be looking at that part, yeah. And the paint job's done really nicely. Got the yellow here, and then the black, and the red. Tiger Force kind of has some unusual colors. And here's the jaw, like for the shark.
Everything like that has it.
Yeah. And here's the Tiger Force logo, which is blue. Oh, mine's just got like a little flap there.
Oh, I would show you the airplane we have, but it's hanging up on our ceiling.
Hanging up on our ceiling. And here we go. We got the G.I. Joe and the United States. And the Tiger Force on this side, same thing, G.I. Joe and the United States, which is a nice tiger. And that is a European kind of thing, showing like other European countries have like airplane shows and stuff, and they paint them in this color so that people can know it's them. So why don't you tell them how we kind of got this, where we got it, and a little about some of the things that we had to get this to.
Yeah, so we had a box of like junk and stuff that we traded for one guy's. Okay, we traded a guy some of the toys that we didn't want anymore, and he gave us, we thought we were getting good toys, but he gave us these worn down, not really put together toys.
Yeah, some were even broken.
And we then were like, you know what, we can just give them out. We don't even need money. We can just trade it or something. And well, after JoeFest, sorry. We were going up to our hotel area because finally we were in the actual hotel, and we looked down, and there is like a second JoeFest going on, and
yeah, people selling and buying and trading right in the lobby. So that was really cool.
And that happened till like 1 a.m, and that wasn't very fun to sleep through. But I mean,
yeah,
it's life. But we also were just scrolling around, seeing if anyone wanted to trade it or just take it. So we didn't want it anymore. And we got something else too, but we stumbled across some other people, and we got this for the whole box of junk and stuff.
Yep. And the guy was really cool. Nobody else wanted to even bother trading with us, just because our stuff was
like, it wasn't like good stuff.
It was all broken.
And the thing we just traded, we went up to someone and he was like, "Oh, can I take this?" And we're like, "But we just got that."
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't say that to his face, but
somebody gave us a claw, And, well, I'll take that, and yeah. But we got this. So my thinking is even though it's obviously not worth this much, but everything that I gave away to this other guy who gave us all of his junk was worth around $2,000. So in the end of all the trading and all of the stuff, we got this, and it was $2,000. So
$2,000.
worth of He-Man stuff that we sent, and all the stuff that we were supposed to get, and all that stuff.
He only sent us one box, and we were supposed to get like
Two, and the stuff that we did get was all broken and not any of the good stuff.
That might not have been his fault. The packaging might have.
Yeah, maybe so, but that would still be his fault.
If
All
we're
right.
not packaging it right.
Yeah, so here's the cockpit. It's a really nice cockpit. You got some details in there. It's really hard to show. There's some dials in there, and there's some, I don't know what that is exactly.
Maybe like a control panel to shoot the missiles.
Yeah, control panel. On the other side, there is some more nice detail in there. But since it's all done in black, it's a little bit difficult for us to
He
get
has eyebrows. I didn't realize that.
He does have eyebrows. I didn't know that. So I'm going to show you. I had to take the top off to get my figure in here. And I'm going to move the turret.
Would you like help?
Yes, please, actually.
Okay.
Why don't you try to put him in there, and then I will...
You gotta have his legs like that because there's a little bar.
There's a little bar in there, and it kind of screws this up. And now mine may be just because I didn't do it right, or I've never had this before, so maybe I just didn't squeeze it in right. So I had to take mine off. But maybe I wouldn't have had to. I'm not really sure. But here's my glass canopy. Looks real nice. Got this on here. And it's got this really nice gun here with a nice handle piece that you can put the guy's hand on. And up top is a real nice trigger. If you can see that. Here's where I think the ammunition goes in, and here's the firing trigger. He holds on to that part, so that's really nice. Yeah, maybe a little more light would help.
I'm trying to use the phone because I can't pick up the thing because it's too hot.
Yeah, so we've got the handlebar here. That's nice. The trigger here. Here's where I think the ammunition goes.
Here, I'll just deal with it.
Thank you. And here is a really nice, it has nice range of articulation. It goes up and almost completely down, and if I were to turn it, it can go all the way down if, oops, goes the sled. So you could technically shoot it in the water. The guy's in here. And this has a really nice feature. These fins have a bar on the bottom, which is a really nice... I'm going to take you out, Roblox. I'm going to dump you anyway if I don't. And that is supported on a peg.
What does it do?
It just simulates that it's...
So that they're not going like this.
Yeah. And here's one of the other cool features. It's got a rotor dial, which if you spin, there's a rotor dial. You can have real fan blades going, and you can simulate him turning and going other directions and doing all that stuff. And the fan blades. And here's another tiny feature that most, not all, but most, Cobra's going to join the club just because it has foot pegs, like many other vehicles do. Not all do, but it does have two real nice foot pegs on it. Perfect, perfectly perfect.
Yes, just put your foot down. Stand. Why aren't you? There we go.
And we were going to show this as a feature, but not to blame her, but when we were trying to put these on, ours was like really, really tight. And now I can't get them off. This one and this one open up for weapon storage, but ours are so tight. The second she put hers on, her side on, she couldn't even get it on. It was so tight. So we really
couldn't I get on?
remember you were trying to put this piece on.
Oh yeah.
And it was so tight she can't hardly get hers on, and ours is so tight.
And I was scared that I was gonna break the plastic.
If you look at ours here, ours is so tight that the seam, if you can see it, it's really hard to see. It's got a seam here. See how it's like protruding out? It just, I don't know what made this.
We couldn't get it fully in, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know what made ours so tight, but that's okay.
Maybe they're all like that?
They might all be like that, but those would normally open up, but we had a doozy of a time getting them on, and so she had such a hard time getting it on. I should say I didn't even put it on. She put one side on, one was already on. If you open them up, you could probably put guns on. Last but not least, on the very bottom, it's this little sled. And I'm not really sure what this sled is. I kind of wish I had the instructions, because if I had the instructions, I could kind of tell you what this was. But at the moment, I'm not really sure. It's cool. I'm assuming that there's some kind of bomb or something that you could...
Sorry.
Oops.
I dropped my phone.
Send it through the water like a torpedo, because it hooks real nicely on this little peg here. Oh, you got to do it right. That would help. But as you can see, we've got some reissued figures, but that doesn't mean you have to do Tiger Force figures by any means, or Python Patrol, even though that's the time of the figures coming out. Like this figure, see, it's got the thing here, and you can put him in there, and you can take him out, and you could put even like a bit more modern figure in there. Oh, not this guy. I was wrong about that one. Here, I'm going to put Dr. Mindbender in here. So, as you can see, Tiger Force vehicle is really cool. It's a reissue of the Water Moccasin. And you don't have to have Tiger Force in there, of course. We just have a couple of Tiger Force, and that's going to kind of be our...
And I mean, it is a Tiger Force thing, so I mean,
yeah,
you don't have to, but I mean...
Yeah, if you're going to have some Tiger Force and... Attack. And we're going to... That's going to be our faction that we're going to collect in 2020. We're thinking about doing JoeFest...
I thought I saw snow.
I'm sorry. KYGI Joe, the Kentucky version of JoeFest next year. So this upcoming year, we will be doing some Star Wars Bendems and some other stuff. And our next faction that we will be doing and collecting is Tiger Force.
I sat down too much. Now my legs hurt.
Now your legs hurt. Yeah.
And my feet because of the carpet imprint.
Oh, yeah. So, this is our next faction. I thought it was really cool. We do have the airplane. If you haven't seen that video, go check that out. We have the Tiger Force Tiger Rat, which is just a Rattler, but repainted. So, thank you for watching, and we will see you
next time.
Bye.
Hold on.
Whee!